Hello there, welcome everybody. It's Diorama Don here, and the subject this time is a very quick and easy Roman ruin. Didn't take very long to do, very easy to do, but most importantly, no money. Doesn't cost much at all. A little bit of polystyrene, a little bit of cardboard, and a little bit of time, that's all. So without further ado, let's get into how I went about making it, and we'll get on with the video. So I'll start with the arch. I've marked the arch out, the size of arch that I want, on 2mm card. Before I cut it out, I can use the centre point of the compass to work out where the stones will be around the radius of the arch. So I just mark out from the centre line half inch, half inch, half inch, half inch, half inch, and then draw a line from the centre point up to that line, and it will give me an accurate position of the stones. So now I can cut this out and then cut a groove in the cardboard where these stones, along these lines, to show the difference in stone. Yeah, okay, so that's my arch. So I need now a piece of polystyrene. I'm using 1 inch so that it will be a good thick archway. And I've marked out my stones, where I want my stones to be. This will all be broken away on the edges and the top to show that it's a ruin. But the arch in the middle, then I can, once this is cut out, I can stick that on there. Once this is cut out, and I've got another piece that I can stick on the back in the same position, so that I can get my polystyrene cutter, and I can use the cardboard then as a guide to cut accurately around the arch, and it will be a nice smooth finish, rather than try to do it with a knife going around a corner. It isn't such a good finish. So that's why I've stuck the cardboard on. So I'll do that, cut this piece out, stick it on, and we'll do the next bit. So I've finished my arch, stuck my cardboard around the arch, and put the other piece around there, and then with my polystyrene cutter I was able to follow cardboard to get a nice smooth finish on the inside. Then just picked away on the edges to show the broken wall around the edge. What I think I might do is actually take a chunk out there and make it into 2 parts, as though this section has fallen away, but I'll decide that later. Okay, so there's the arch. The base, keeping it nice and small, just 1/2 inch polystyrene. I've just cut some pieces of card to make some steps, so when that sits on there it will look like that. The stones I just marked out with a pencil. I found that to be the easiest way. So we've got crazy paving on the base there. Okay, so that's the main structure. Then I thought it would be an idea to put some Roman columns, 4 columns, one there, one there, one there, one there. So I've cut some squares of 1 inch polystyrene, then cut some cardboard the diameter that I want for the columns. In this case, 1.25 inches. What's that? About 30mm. Put that on there in the middle somewhere. Then cut down all the way around the edge, if I can do it without cutting my fingers off. So we've got a bit of a circle. Then with another piece the same size, put that on that edge, and then just go over with a piece of rough sandpaper, and it will take away the polystyrene immediately. It just doesn't take much doing at all. And you've got a perfect, well, if I spend a bit more time on it, it's a perfect shape, circular shape. So we can stick these together and make columns like so. I use corrugated, any kind of corrugated packaging like this will do, and just put a piece around the right size like that, and on another piece there, and that will give the impression of well, if you line them up, that will give the impression of a Roman column. Okay, so I'll do all that, finish off my columns. I may distress around the edges here as well, and cut away the arch maybe, and that will be it. So I'll go ahead, finish off all those jobs, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so finished off the diorama completely now. Put those columns together. On the top of, well, on top of 3 of them, I just cut at a slight angle, and then picked out the top of the polystyrene to make it look like a broken column on the top there. And I think that gives a pretty good effect. So just for the sake of 10 cents worth of polystyrene, and even less amount of cardboard, I think it looks reasonably good. If you had a vehicle that you wanted to show off, you could put it in there. If you had a bigger one, obviously you could make a bigger setting, bigger diorama for it. But it's just better than sticking your completed vehicle on a plinth. That's all I'm saying. Rather than it, I've lost a wheel. Look, rather than it just being alone, displayed like that, it just makes it a lot more interesting with it set in a diorama like that. And it was very quick, and it was very easy to do. Just picking away at polystyrene will give you a natural broken brick effect. You just can't help it but make a good impression of broken ruins. That's what I'm trying to say. So there we are, a quick and easy Roman ruin. If you have enjoyed watching this video, and I can't see why not, then please subscribe to the channel. That would be a good idea. Press that subscribe button and that like button, and you will be informed for no charge, absolutely free, any other videos that I post, which is normally a couple a week. I try to think of new ideas. It's the ideas, that's what I'm trying to promote. It's not necessarily the finished product. There are people that spend hours and hours with a single brush, a single bristle paintbrush, painting in laboriously for hours and hours on end to make an absolutely perfect diorama. But all I do is think of an idea of what it would be like if you tried this at home, and it's up to you then to make it, to perfect it. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so thanks again for watching. Please subscribe. I will see you in the next video. And as always, I wish you the very best of happy modelling.